The real thing was 20 years ago. Those who remember it with a mixture of horror and nostalgia. However, since the last bomb dropped on the 27th of March, 1945, nearly 15 million people have been born in Britain, and a new generation has grown up. A generation to whom I go, I come back, and Itmar, Britain can take it, and careless talk costs lives mean nothing. Children in Stepney, whose playgrounds are the bomb sites that these bombs created, are still asked to draw their impressions of what their parents went through and to try to recall what it must have been like.
Tell me what's going on in your painting, Ruby.
Well, there's bombing and people here lining up for rations.
What are rations?
Oh, when there's scarcely any food and they have to have black books to give them a certain amount of food.
Mm-hmm. And what else is happening?
There's one here at the top, but, a man jumped up with a parachute.
What does a bomb do when it drops?
Well, it explodes, and if anything's in its way, it takes it up with it.
Now, how did you learn all this about the Blitz, Ruby?
Well, I've heard it on the TV, newspapers, and I've heard people talking about it.
Could you tell me, have you any idea what went on during an air raid? What happened first of all?
Well, I think there was a fire, because, people looked out for fires.
Yeah, but where did people go when an air raid started?
An air raid shelter.
What do you think it would be like then? Why are you smiling? How'd you like to sleep in an air raid shelter?
I wouldn't.
Do you know what searchlights were?
Yes, there were large lights, and, they detected the aeroplanes.
Have you ever seen a searchlight?
No.
The house is being bombed and it's all on fire.
Mm-hmm. Now, what happened when a house went in fire?
Well, all the people ran out and all the furniture and all their clothes were on fire.
Mm-hmm. Did anybody help them at all?
Some people.
What kind of people? For instance, during an air raid, they had a thing called the blackout. Did you ever hear about that?
No.
Do you not know what a blackout is? Have you ever been in an old air raid shelter?
No.
At 14, John, you're the oldest here tonight, I think. Now, what can you tell me about the Blitz?
Well, it was really horrible, from what I've heard of it. Before a raid was coming, the air raid sirens would go and all the people would rush out of the houses into their private shelters or down the tube stations.
Mm-hmm.
And they would wait there the night until the raid was over and the sirens would go again. And they would go back to their houses if there was one left.
And what was happening above ground, do you think?
Well, the civil defence corps would be out,
Mm-hmm.
trying to help the people who got trapped in the ruins,
Mm-hmm.
and giving them hot meals.
Mm-hmm.
And also the firefighters would be out, trying to put out the fires around the docks, especially around here.
Have you heard about the blackout?
Yes, I've heard about it. The windows would be blacked out whenever a raid was coming, so as the light from inside the houses wouldn't show up, so the Germans wouldn't know where to drop their bombs.
Mm. Now, who told you all this about the Blitz?
Well, my father. He was a police constable during the war.
Do you like to hear stories of the Blitz?
Yes, I like to hear them sometimes.
Do you ask him to tell you about it?
Yes, because it's very comical.
Is it?
See, yes.
And yet it wasn't a comical time, was it?
No, it wasn't. It was very serious.
But do you think perhaps your father might in some ways have enjoyed life during the Blitz?
I think perhaps he did, yes.
What do you think he enjoyed about it?
Well, he got together with a lot of his friends, I expect, and they had a good time.
Mm-hmm. Did a good time?
Yes.
Did he ever give the impression that people were rather nicer to each other during the war?
Yes, especially down the tube stations where there was a large gathering.
Uh-huh.
There would be, if anybody could play any instrument they had with them, they would play it, and people would joke together and tell jokes and tales. And
Are you sorry that you missed the experience of the Blitz?
not really, no.
Would you not like to have experienced it just once to know what it was like?
Yes, perhaps just once, but after that I don't think I would have been able to stick it.
Oh, and yet plenty other children stuck it. Why do you think you wouldn't be able to?
Well, it was horrible, I thought.